Hello to everyone. This is Larry Tentarelli with the Blue Chip Daily Trend Report with a brief instructional video. And today we're going to take a look at an open position that I've got in Exxon Mobil. And the chart that we're going to go through. So I started the position. After 6 weeks, it was basically flat. And then 2 weeks later, it was up 32%. So what I'm going to do is walk you through the entry signal and talk about a couple moving averages and how it helped keep me in the trade. So we'll start with my website. My website is Blue Chip Daily Trend Report. Blue Chip Daily is the address. We'll touch base on the disclaimer, which says that everything in the video is for informational purposes only. And then we'll start. So I took the position April 2nd afternoon. I opened the position and I posted this on the premium Twitter feed that I have for my website members. So opened a longer term position in Exxon, just over $40 with a stop at $33.95. So if we take a look at the chart, and we'll dial this down for a second. So I used the move over the 20-day moving average and over $40 to get me into the position. So I use moving averages extensively. I don't often go below the 200-day moving average, but at this point, a lot of stocks were below the 200 days. So what I did was I used the 20-day to give me the entry signal. I waited till it went over 40, and then I took the position. So the original stop was at 33.95. So I follow a longer term trend following process. So because I've got a longer time frame, I give these positions wider stops. If it was a shorter term position, it would have a tighter stop. So the entry was here using the 20-day moving average. The stop loss was down here. The position started to work and then it backed off. Then it started to work again. And along the way, I raised the stop up a few times to eventually where I got to it was a little bit over $38. So if we look, it went up, down, and then finally, 6 weeks into the trade, it traded down to $40.20. I paid $40.13. So basically after 6 weeks, the trade was essentially flat. I was about $2 away from getting stopped out. And at this point, the trade is flat after 6 weeks. And I had some other positions in some technology stocks and some other industries, pharmaceuticals and gold miners that were acting very well. And after 6 weeks, and then the stock goes from plus 15% to basically flat, the temptation often can be to end the trade and then move into something that's working a little bit better. But because this was the only position that I had in energy, I knew that I had my stop down here just in case. So I held the position, even though everything else was working around it. And then the 50-day moving average came into play. Now, maybe it was the 50-day, maybe it was 40, maybe it was just a coincidence. We don't know what it really is. But then we can see over the past 50 days, the trade's gone from basically flat to right now it's plus 32%. So I did scale some gains over the last few days and book some profit. But basically, if we just look at the trade, it was the 20-day moving average that got me into it. And then the 50-day held once, the 50-day held the second time. I knew that I had my stop down here, and I use hard stops in the system. And the reason that I use the hard stops is I want to try to take myself out of the equation and try to take the emotional involvement out of the equation and look at the trade and say, okay, this isn't working and everything else is working. Let me cut this loose and move into something else. And then obviously now the trade, it's up 32% over the past 15 days. So that's just a brief look into the trade, but more importantly, a look into the process of how I use the moving average to get me into the position. And I had Exxon on the radar screen for quite a while, but I used the moving average to get me into the position. I let the stop keep me in the position, and then obviously just by following the process. And sometimes, and I talk about this online quite a bit. Sometimes these moves can take time to play out, and that's why I don't micromanage every tick, or I don't want to shortcut the trades. And sure, when I see a trade go from plus 15% to zero, and looking like it's going to head down further, it's not necessarily the best scenario, but with the stop there, I just wanted to let the trade play out and see what it's done. So the 20-day got me in. The 50-day looks like it helped here. $40 also helped. And then the stop did its job down here, now at plus 32%. So I just wanted to share that as far as the process and what I do. As I said before, my website is Blue Chip Daily Trend Report, Blue Chip Daily. If you go to recent best trade alerts, also you can go through and see some other trades. And then also on the blog page, I've got some other videos of some charts. And if you go onto the Join Now page, you can take a look at members' daily benefits, which include a premium Twitter feed where I post real-time ideas, charts. We email any new positions that I take are emailed right away. We've got a performance tracking sheet on the website, and then I do a daily video for website members. And then every week we publish the weekly trend report with our top 20 best ideas, and also a weekend video. So we are actively accepting new subscribers, and I hope to see you soon.